I've made some friends out here in the mountains who live places that are significantly more primitive, and so there's sort of this community of us mountain punks out here. And one of the things that I hear from everyone consistently, or at least the people that I'm interacting with, I mean, there's plenty of people out here that I don't talk to. Being in this kind of environment is incredibly, incredibly healing for mental health, for PTSD, for trauma, for things like that. And in talking with people and in kind of reviewing my own life and my own experience, it seems to me that the challenges of living in this environment really help to build up the sense of distress tolerance, for one, but also the sense of resilience. These are two skills that are really, really important if you're dealing with trauma, if you're dealing with difficult situations, if you're dealing with difficult emotion. To have some level of tolerance for the distress that you're going through so that you can get through it and process it, and to have the will and the interest and the ability to push through and to learn and grow and keep going in this life. When you're living very close to the earth like this, when you're living without luxuries, when you're living a very simple life, there's a lot more work to do. I mean, even now that I have running water here, I still have to go through this kind of time-consuming process to filter the water well enough so that I can drink it. When the water goes out, I have to go down to the well, pull out all the dead animals, start the well motor up to fill the tanks, wait for the tanks to fill, restart the tank motor, and then 24 hours later I have running water. I have to get up and take care of the temple. I have to do rituals in the temple every day. And there's not just one temple, there's 3 temples. There's all sorts of other, odd cleaning chores, little things I need to repair, hauling things around, hauling the garbage out. There's always work to be done out here. And for my friends that live in more primitive situations where they're cooking over propane stoves, they're cooking over a fire, they have to haul water in from whatever, where they don't have a flush toilet or running water, and they still need to bathe, they need to manage the toilet, all of these kinds of things. There's a lot of work to be done. And one of the things that one of my friends pointed out, especially with regards to coping with depression, one of the things about depression is that you end up staying in bed all day, and there's also a sense of boredom. Right? Like if you have to get out of bed and walk up the hill to use the toilet, if you have to get out of bed and haul water in order to make a cup of tea, if you have to get out of bed to take care of animals, you're not going to be able to stay depressed. You're not going to be able to lie in bed and endlessly scroll through social media and get drawn into all of the anxiety and drama of that. You have to get up and be active in the world and be alive in the world. And the fact that there's always things that need to be done, whether it's just, fixing something, mending your clothes, preparing food for tomorrow, preparing food to be stored for the winter, whatever it is, there's so much work to be done. You can't really get bored, which is another factor with depression, is that people have this kind of existential crisis and this existential boredom where life has no meaning because all they do is lie in bed endlessly scrolling through social media. Out here, that's not possible. That's not possible because cell reception isn't good enough. Other people that I know don't get cell reception, don't have power, have these systems, solar and generator and batteries and these things in order to just like charge your phone long enough to, check one thing online. For the longest time, I did not think I was physically capable because I thought I needed all of those luxuries that I used to have. I thought I depended on the luxuries and the conveniences that I had living in my old warehouse space with my sleep number bed and, with Wi-Fi and with, microwavable meals and getting food delivered and things like that. I thought I depended on that stuff, and it turns out I don't. Once I put myself in a situation where I was taking, cold bucket baths in the morning, where I had to do a lot of walking, where Wi-Fi was not available, I could not lie in bed and check the internet. I really, really discovered how capable I was. 5 years ago, I could never have imagined myself living in a place like this, living in a lifestyle like this. And so those of you that do have, various chronic illnesses or, whatever physical challenges, like, yeah, it is challenging to be out here. It is difficult out here, but I've survived. I'm very physically challenged by this, ongoing COVID lung issue that I'm having. And I have days where I physically can't get out of bed, and still I get things done, and I'm doing well enough. And I have learned this distress tolerance, and I have learned this resilience, and I have learned this incredible resourcefulness. I've learned to cope, and I've learned to really love it out here. It's so beautiful. I was just watching, like, there's a rabbit sitting right over there, and it's like scratching itself. It's so funny. Living a simple life without luxuries is so incredibly healing and so incredibly rewarding, and really, really gives you so much potential for personal growth. And I want to encourage you all to challenge yourself. Put yourself in challenging environments. Put yourself in challenging situations. You will be okay. You will be okay. You can do it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You will survive. Yeah, it'll be challenging. Yes, it'll be difficult. But you will be okay, and you will get through it, and you will have learned all sorts of new skills.